Hello, welcome, salut, or welcome back. Welcome to my YouTube channel, BBarbstat&fact. This is my YouTube channel, and I'm your host, Brian Barbo. Today, we're going to talk about the 1917 season, when the Toronto Maple Leafs were called the Toronto Arenas back then. But before I get into that, I wanted to talk about the last time the Leafs won a playoff series. Yes, 18 years ago. 18 long years ago. It was April 20th, 2004. The Leafs won 4-1 that night. A game that featured without Matt Sundin. And yeah, let's have a recap of how that game went. In the first period, Chad Kilgore Ty Domi fed Chad Kilgore in front of the net, made it 1-0. And then Joe Nieuwendyk comes in over the blue line and just puts one on net. And it goes through Patrick Lalim's side. You're not going to believe how he scored this goal. So he comes in over the blue line. He's about the hash marks. He just puts it on net. Patrick Lalime, who was the Ottawa Senators goaltender at the time, decides to utilize his glove to catch the puck instead of utilizing his blocker. That goal was entirely preventable. But he decides to use his glove, and the puck goes in, and it's 2-0. And if you're a goaltender, tend the goal. Yes, tend the goal. Utilize your blocker. And the score remains 1-0. And then just before the end of the first period, Joe Nieuwendyk again throws it in from the same angle. This time goes 5-hole. If you're a goaltender, close your legs. And I believe that was Patrick Lalime's last playing in the NHL. He got pulled after the first period. Martin Prusek was put into the game, and I'm pretty sure Lalime never played another game in the NHL. However, don't quote me on it. Marian Hossa in the second period opens up the scoring and makes it 3-1. That's about as close as Ottawa gets. And then in the third period, Brian Mohawk McCabe. Leaf fans know what I'm referencing. Fires it on from the point, makes it 4-1. And that pretty much ices the game and the series. The Leafs win in 7 games, win 4-1, and eventually move on to Philadelphia. If you were born in the year 2004, congratulations, you are now an adult. So your entire existence, the Leafs have never won a playoff series. And I emphasize playoff series. Yes, we're talking just a playoff series. Never mind, let alone the Stanley Cup. We're just talking about playoff series. So, yeah, that was that. It's been 8. How about that for nostalgia? So, anyway, we're going to move on and talk about the 1917 season. The Leafs were 13-9-0. Their first head coach was Dick Carroll. They scored 108 goals, gave up 109. So they were -1 in that category. The Leafs' first ever game was played at the Mutual Street Arena. They would go on to play there until 1931. And the Leafs played their first ever game against the Montreal Wanderers. Now, they were first named the Wanderers, and then they eventually became in transition to the Montreal Canadiens. They lost 10-9 that night. There were 3 teams in the league that year, and then the Leafs went on and won the Stanley Cup. It was a best-of-2 series back then. They played the Montreal Canadiens. On March 11th, 1918, the Leafs won 7-3. And on March 13th, they lost 4-3. Now, you're probably asking yourself, The series is tied 1-1. How on earth did the Leafs go on and win the Stanley Cup when it's... Shouldn't there be a game 3? The problem is back then the format was different. So since the Leafs won game 1 by a bigger margin, they won. That's basically how they won. Because they had the goal differential was in favor of the Leafs, right? Leafs won game 1, 7-3. They lost 4-3. So the goal differential favored the Leafs. That's how the playoff format went back then. So, yeah. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I did producing it. I will be posting another video in the foreseeable future. This one again will be on, talking about indulging a little bit more about the 1917 season. Gonna get a little bit more in depth. And yeah, so, okay, until then, have a good day.